Now, speaking of Housebound, that is such an amazing movie. Now, I heard that there may be like an American remake
Yeah, I saw that where somebody has bought the rights to it, I think. I don't know what's happened with that.
because that came out like years ago.
I didn't know whether Gerard is going to direct it. That was an amazing experience, which took several years to make.
Really?
Yes, so that was, they were called escalator projects where the New Zealand Film Commission, I think it was 150,000. Not all of them got made. I think two or three got made, actually finished and released. And Housebound was the best success story, but it was supposed to be made in 6 weeks or even less than that, with a very small budget. What happened with Housebound is the budget became more than that, and then it took a couple of years to make. And we went back often after months and months and months, over weekends, part-time, to complete scenes. And Gerard wrote new stuff in. And he wrote, directed it, edited it himself. And that's when we did a lot of takes. We'd often do 25 takes. We'd do many takes. many takes. Again, low budget. You've got no money. You've got all the time in the world. And we'd often film through the night. We filmed in different houses because the original house, we couldn't use it anymore. So we went to a different creepy house and we had to set it up. And oh my goodness, it got very complicated. People had different lengths of hair, had to have wigs. Morgana particularly had to have different wigs to match what she had. Look, it came out so well. And we'd always, every time I see Gerard, I remember the past, is it coming out? Is it coming out? And then he showed us at some point some scenes that looked so amazing. And it got really great reviews. It has done well in the sort of indie circuit globally. And I remember I was doing some hospitality work in Sydney a few years ago. And one of the other wait persons, she said, oh my God, Housebound. In Taiwan, we study that at university in film studies.
What?
I know! She said, I've watched that so many times, I've done essays on it. They use it as a as part of the course, I know. So, as a genre film, I suppose. Yeah, so Housebound, and Gerard has just directed another horror film, Megan, I think it's called, or something, for an American studio, which is made here. And that, and Riva Tuiata, of course, a great actor. She was great to work with, and I remember Rima and I, she may have even told the story. There's a scene where she's telling this long story about someone, and I was laughing. I could not keep a straight face. It was so funny. What I had to do is, because I couldn't stop laughing because she was so funny, I had to put my eyes, I put my eyes like that and held it up like that and looked away because I couldn't look at her on the reverse shot. And then she got the girls, but it was a very funny scene. And yeah, Housebound was a very much an indie film that became a labour of love and then a success. It was played on Netflix for a while, sort of indie success, I suppose, you know.
Yeah.
In that own genre. But I got attention for Gerard, the director, writer from Hollywood, which is great.
So was Morgana shooting Neighbours around the same time?
Interesting. I'm not sure of the timeline of that.
Because I know she had to fly back to be at the premiere.
Yes, I think maybe she started doing Neighbours in between. And I'm not sure how long she was on Neighbours, and then she lived in Melbourne for a while. Quite possibly. We all went off and did different things. There was one shot, I remember, where it's when the security guard comes up, you know, and questions me, and I'm pretending that nothing's happened, my character, and it's over the shoulder on him. And I begged, I said, please, can we turn around and do my reverse shot? They said, no, we haven't got time. We did my reverse shot 9 months later.
What?
It's true. 9 months later, and the jacket was hired that I wore at, I think, first scene costumes. Amazingly, it still existed. And the sides, the script with fake blood on it, was still in the pocket from 9 months earlier.
Really?
Clearly nobody had rented that jacket out.